Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm gonna bring you guys a little product review we have here. This is a hydraulic crimper. If you're playing around in a car audio game, you're gonna have to crimp your own lugs at some point, right? So I got the Amazon link pulled up on my phone. All right, let me pop these off real quick for you so we can get a good look at these things. So to start off, this here is called the AMZCNC. I don't know what that's supposed to stand for. And the part number is YQK120. All right. So at this point in time right now, when shooting this video, I don't know what it cost when I purchased it. This is $60, $59.99, or $59.89, sorry. And there is a coupon code for 5% off. Okay. They say it's a 12-ton wire crimper, and it comes with 10 sets of dies, right? So that's it right there. It comes in this case. All right, we'll go ahead and open her up. And then I do have a project on right now, and I do need to crimp some lugs. So what more better time it is than to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera around and set it over so you guys can see what I'm seeing as I'm opening this up. I'll grab some crimps. I'll grab some 0-gauge wire. We'll crimp one and we'll see how well it works out. All right, so let's go ahead and bust old girl open real quick, and let's just get a preliminary look and see what she looks like. All right, so first thing off the top, we do have some instructions, which is cool. And another thing that is also cool in here, I see, is a extra set of O-rings. Okay, now these are good for when you need to rebuild, if you blow a seal, so on and so forth. And this also gives you a good idea of what type of seals you might be looking to secure to have down the line in case of an issue. And these really look like pretty standard O-rings. The white one is a little different, but these are regular, just quintessential typical O-rings that you're going to find nowadays and things. So you do get a little pamphlet, and inside, yeah, it tells you some information, right? It does give you a breakdown of what's what. You need a magnifying glass to read that, but it's there. And yeah, so let's set that to the side. And sorry guys, I know that a couple videos back ago I was really sick in some of these videos. I'm not always sick. Those videos are actually quite some time old. So anyway, on and forward, let's go ahead. So we do have a little hydraulic oil there. I think that's fairly common whenever you're dealing with hydraulic stuff. I own a few different hydraulic pumps, tube benders, so on and so forth. You're gonna have some hydraulic oil leaking around. It's really slippery stuff, so you know it's gonna get out. Let me get some rags to clean hands. All right. So that is the case. We're going to set that off to the side. All right. Now here is a unit. Now I will tell you, this unit does particularly look like the Harbor Freight unit and plenty of other units out there. Green is not my favorite color, even though this is the color of my toolbox. I just like having different color units. And this is green also. So it does come with 10 sets of dies. Okay, and I'm not sure who some of them, because as you can see, some of them are kind of mumbo-jumboed in there. So maybe those are supposed to be set up in here like such. I'm not 100%. Let's go ahead and look at the dies. I know that they are marked oddly, or at least I feel like they're marked oddly. Let me get my glasses on so we can read these properly. Okay, so what I'm particularly interested in right at this moment is 0 gauge wire, and that is a number 50, they call it. So let's find, and they are, okay, they are clearly marked on these here. Let's see if there's 2 of them. 50-50, so let's see if there's, okay, so look, they are clearly marked. If you guys can see that, this one says a number 70, which online here says 70 for the 2 gauge, so they're clearly marked. We want to see if they clearly work, and we are going to start off with the number 50s, and the number 50s are supposedly good for 0 gauge, right? And here's your 2 0 gauges. All right. And there's a plethora of other dies. It does ship with 1 die in here for, it looks like 8 gauge with number 10. Number 10 is for 8 gauge wire. I do have some 8 gauge laying around. I don't have any 8 gauge lugs, so I can't test that as of right now. But as usually, if something's good, you'll see that pop up time and time again in my videos. So let's go ahead and close this up and get this case out of the way. And we are gonna see, now I read no directions on this, right? And just because things are fairly simple. So there's a screw that goes on, or screw, it's like a gnarled nut that goes on each side. Basically the same thing. So you have this shaft, you have this solid shaft that goes inside here like such, and then you have these 2 gnarled finger nuts, which are pretty cool. You don't have to tighten them crazy, you just want them on, if I can get them on. All right, and that's basically it, right? Then you have a work, which means to compress, right? And I can see that going, and it compressed. And the way you can tell it compressed is the handle won't go down, and then you have release, and that goes back, and you can see now I can move those in there. So let's go ahead and pop these loose, get that one out, and we're gonna take the 8 gauges out, right? And we're just gonna see how well of a crimp these are. Now, let's look at the crimp first, and then let's talk about some of these crimps that you see and some of the complaints that ones complain about when they use a crimper like this. So here is some 0 gauge wire that I picked up, and yes, this is copper clad aluminum, and the reason I'm using copper clad aluminum is well, it's not actually going in my truck. This is the wire that is going to be used on the AC to DC power converter mobile station that I am building. That's going to be a video coming out shortly, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share so that you stay up to date and see that. So let's just see this here. Make sure it goes in. And I did strip this earlier because we had some other lugs that didn't actually quite fit. So these are always fun. If you never try to get those in, then good luck for you. As you can see, there's a couple sitting here off to the side. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. You can cut the wire on an angle and it helps it get in. I don't like to do that. I rather lose a couple here than lose some there. So here's our lug on the wire, and it is long enough. Let's go ahead and stick that in there. All right, she's in. And I want to make sure you guys can really see this good as I do such. All right, so as of right now, the wire is really just inside there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this like such. Close that. And I'm going to hold both of these together. and just go ahead and pump away, right? And all right, we got one squeeze there, and then pull this out. And I like to do multiple squeezes. All right. All right, so I mean, there's really kind of no more to do than just these two. Let's see how good that, all right, that, I mean, look, it squeezed it nice and it's secure, right? I don't have any reason to think that that's a bad crimp. I'm pulling on it. Let me see if I can grab, I'm gonna actually test this really good. I'm gonna put a bolt through there, and I'm gonna give this a good yank. Let's see what this really, how good this really is, all right? So here's a T-handle Allen key. Let's stick this to the side, and man, let's just see how good that is. All right, so I'm a pretty big dude, and I just put a pretty good pull on that. Nothing happened. So what we'll do here is we'll just take this. Let's go ahead and finish this up so you guys see exactly how these look. All right, so I'm back. I got the heat gun and I got some snips here. I'm back with my lovely girlfriend. If you guys haven't seen that, that came from my bachelor party. I recently married back in October of 24. So thank you. Anyway, remember I had this little bit left over, some snips. This isn't gonna hurt anything, all right? And this kit that I purchased, which will be in the link too, these are 0 gauge lugs with a 3/8 hole and a center. I got those off of Amazon. They say that they're copper. Whatever, it works for what I'm looking for. So here's the heat shrink on there, and this is typically how I do my heat shrink. And let's just heat her up and see if she makes a good seal, and if it's a good seal, it's a good deal. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I did kind of run that sheathing up just a tick too much. You could take a razor blade and knock that back if you want, depending on your mounting location. But let me show you a little something about these sleeves that they come with these here. The heat shrink, as you can see, if you can see that little ring of goo. Let me look on the camera, see if I can see it with you. All right, yeah, you see that? Okay, so they do have that ring of goo in there that kind of helps seals them up. And I am gonna say that this crimping tool here from Amazon, the AMZCNC for $60 with the 5% coupon, I believe, on there, is worth it. All right, now I will put this to the test. I have some crimping to do, and look, no one sponsors me, right? So I can be brutally honest, and to tell you the truth, I'm kind of honest. When a tool is junk, a tool is junk. Preliminary look at this tool seems to be pretty good, and it didn't give that crimp that has the big lean to the side. If you see some of those, I'll try to take some pictures and send it to you, or put it in the video. But yeah, thumbs up on that, and I'll drop a link for these also. And now I can continue with the video I've been filming prior to this on that power station, so that I can try to get that up and going for you guys. All right, until then, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. The more you guys participate, right, the more that I'll see my value in doing this. Even though I love doing this for myself anyway. I'm not doing it for any money or anything. So I'm going to continue to make them. But it'd be nice for you guys to participate and, you know, let me know, show a little love. And let me know if there's anything that you're looking for. Maybe I'll be able to help you guys out with the video here and there. All right, anyway, peace.